What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Happy New Year. We are going to get into AEW Dynamite, Fight for the Fallen, from January the 1st, 2025. AEW already is off to a bad start, and the new year just got started. Oh boy. Oof. I hope you guys had a prosperous and fun new year. Hope you enjoyed your time off. And I'm wishing you all the best going forward in 2025. AEW got a new intro. It is... I'm so excited by the Pointer Sisters. Okay, are we living in the 1980s? No, this is not what you need for a wrestling show. No, hell no. Tony, what the hell are you doing, bruh? Are you on the stuff again, bro? Are you on that sugar booger? You on that coca? You on that coke, bruh? Come on, man. Stop sniffing, man. Stop sniffing. It's a new year. If you need to go to rehab, don't be afraid to go to rehab. Come on, bro. What the hell are you doing? Why couldn't Tony just give us something like, I don't know, maybe something from Breaking Benjamin or Seven Dust or Slipknot or the Xyz or Linkin Park or some new metal like Nonpoint, El Nino? Like, come on. You know, we don't need any of the core stuff. Like, we don't need any metalcore, deathcore stuff like that. We don't need any of that. I mean, I love that stuff, but we don't need that. But we need to keep it I would keep it, mainstream metal. We couldn't get like any Godsmack or Lamb of God or stuff like that. Come on, Tony, do better, bruh. Do better. Oh, boy. It is what it is, though. All right, so we kick the show off. We go backstage. Jon Moxley is backstage with the Death Riders. This happened moments after World's End went off the air. So Jon Moxley claimed that he dragged AEW to safety over the past few years. He promises to destroy the AEW World Championship before addressing Edge, a.k.a. Adam Copeland. Now he goes by Cope. And I am going to tell you guys this. I refuse to call Edge Cope. Hell no. Fuck that. AEW has officially ruined Edge. Edge has officially been ruined. Bro, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Edge, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Come on, man. Damn. So, Mox basically claims that there's no authority in AEW and that he's the king. Okay, who cares about any of this nonsense? I am so over this Death Rider storyline. I'm over it. So backstage, rated FTR, they addressed the Death Riders ahead of their trios match later on for the main event. All three men are ready to go, promising to take the fight to the Death Riders. All right. And it's going to be on the mother of all simulcast. Who gives a shit about this? I don't give a damn about any of this nonsense, period. Moving on. So this leads us into the first match of the night, which I did not care about at all, which was Hangman Adam Page defeating Orange Cassidy. I don't care about this at all. I really don't. Post-match, Hangman beats up Orange Cassidy some more. He gives him not one, but two dead eyes, and then he beats up Christopher Daniels. So I would assume the two of them are going to feud. I'm not excited for any of this at all. I really don't give a damn about any of this at all. Oh, boy. At this point, I am ready for so many of these year one guys to go away. These year one and year two guys, they've got to go away. Orange Cassidy has to go away. Get rid of Private Party. Get rid of the Acclaimed. Get rid of these guys and girls that don't make you money. and allow them to go to like TNA or NWA or GCW, New Japan, WWE, somewhere, the Indies. Please, Tony Khan has got to start cutting that roster, man. He's got to start doing it. Orange Cassidy has overstayed his welcome. I'm just being serious. Actually, since Orange Cassidy's been around for a while, I would just make him a producer backstage. Seriously. Ugh. Moving on. So, this leads us into a backstage promo by Jay White. So, Jay White says that he addressed what happened to him at World's End because he got screwed out of the title by Wheeler Yuta. He plans to get his revenge, but that won't make him stray from his path to Jon Moxley and the AEW World Championship, which begins later tonight when he faces Swerve Strickland and Roderick Strong for a spot in next week's Casino Gauntlet match. It doesn't matter whose house this is, you'll breathe with the Switchblade. All right, cool. Moving on. So this leads us into the Acclaimed. We have an in-step promo from them. Basically, Bowens just wanted to know if Max Caster attacked him. Max Caster was like, no, I didn't do it. I didn't attack you at all. I just want you to be serious because we are going to go up against the Hurt Business, a.k.a. the Hurt Syndicate, to which the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, they destroy and beat the fuck out of the Acclaimed. More notably, Max Caster, because Anthony Bowens basically left him high and dry. This is fine, but I am tired of the Acclaimed. I would assume that they're going to break them up. I don't know what you can do with Anthony Bowens. I don't know. I don't know if these guys can get over as single stars. They can't. When they came out, they got no reaction. So, I don't know what the hell Tony's going to do. I really don't. At this point, man, you might as well just go ahead and just get rid of both Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. I'm just being real. Like, seriously, it's time for these guys to go, man. Send them to TNA or NXT or New Japan or GCW, MLW, NWA, wherever you need to send them, send them. They gotta go, man. They gotta fucking go. I mean, seriously. Let's get real. Let's honestly get real here, man. Because these guys are not over. Like, they got no reaction. Moving on. So, this leads us into Swerve. He just addresses Alex Marvez about, the triple threat match and all that jazz, and how he wants to become AEW champion and all that jazz. Okay, cool. Moving on, this leads us into Jamie Hayter being defeated by Julia Hart. Jamie Hayter, she is no longer being pushed anymore because she got in trouble with Britt Baker, a.k.a. The Dentist. But I'm going to make a bold prediction. I see both Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker both leaving AEW before the end of this year. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I really do see a lot of people leaving AEW. I just do. It's time. It's time to revamp these rosters, and Tony needs to do it. He has to do it at some point. So this is fine, but I'd imagine Jamie Hayter's probably going to be sent to Collision because there is no more Rampage. Rampage is done. It's finished. It's finito. It's kaput. Kaboom. All right, moving on. So we get a video package hyping up the feud between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. All right, who cares? It's not really all that important. They're both one win. I guess they could end their feud. I wouldn't say end it at Revolution, but maybe on like a random episode of Dynamite or even Collision. So I don't know. Moving on. So this leads us into a video package involving Kenny Omega. He's going to return next week, which should be cool. So, Kazuchika Okada, he warns Kenny to stay out of his business and out of his way. And then he calls him a bitch. Okay, so we spent 7 weeks doing the Continental Classic for him to win, and then only for him to call Kenny Omega a bitch. Do I care about this? No, I really don't. I think that it's time for Omega to go extremely part-time. I feel like this year, if I was Omega, I would probably wrestle at best no more than 4 or 5 times this year. And that is it. That is it. So, it is what it is. Moving on. So, Mercedes Moné, she's out next. She talks about her win at World's End. And she basically showed everyone a special video package involving her 2024 career and how she is now 15 wins in. She's had 0 losses as of late. She talks about her success in New Japan. And she has her eyes set on becoming Rev Pro's women's champion when she faces Mina Shirakawa at Wrestle Dynasty. And then she puts up with a match. And that's it. I do think this will happen because why not? Mercedes wants to be the female Kenny Omega, so why the fuck not, you know? Do I care about this? Nah, I really don't. Moving on. So the Undisputed Kingdom, they were backstage with Alex Marvez and all that jazz. Who cares? So, this leads us into the triple threat match. Jay White, Swerve Strickland, Roderick Strong. Jay White defeats Roderick Strong via the Blade Runner. And your boy Ricochet showed up in the middle of the match. He had on a suit and tie. And he had a pair of golden scissors. And he stabbed Swerve Strickland in the head. And he beat the shit out of Swerve. Left him bloodied. He headbutted him. And that's interesting. So I do like this. This does make sense. This needed to happen. So he is now a full-fledged vindictive psycho heel, which I do like. This is what Ricochet needed. Hopefully, Ricochet can be able to join the Hurt Business at some point for doing this. I think this is great. That's what needs to happen. And I also do think that Ricochet needs to basically totally change his moveset. He also did the Spirit Gun while Swerve was in the chair. So that was pretty cool there. So this should be a very interesting feud. And this does need to be a feud. The first match should be this entire feud should be a total all-out fight for all 3 matches. I don't want to see these guys kick, flip, and dive. I really don't want to see any of that shit. I don't want to see Ricochet doing any fucking 630s or moonsaults or anything like that. No, Ricochet needs to wrestle a ground and pound style. He needs to be like an old school vindictive heel, low blows, eye pokes, back rakes, you name it. Anything he needs to do to get the win, that's how Ricochet should be going forward. So this was great. So kudos on Ricochet for doing this shit. Kudos. So this does save him because, man, he was on fucking life support. And they were about to pull the fucking plug. Moving on. So this leads us into the Jeff Jarrett situation with Alex Marvez. He's talking to the rest of his comrades and his wife. And we see his ring boots and all that. So we know what's going to happen next. All right, moving on, this leads us into Mariah May. She hypes herself up as she talks about the state of the women's division. She calls herself the Epic, saying it's time for the greatest women's division to prove themselves to the champion. And she says the division can't touch her, but she'd love to see them try. Okay, cool. So I'm guessing this is going to lead to a tournament, I would assume, or something. I don't fucking know. Do I care? Not really. Moving right along. So Jeff Jarrett comes out next. He has wrestling boots in the ring along with his guitar. So he talks about his family and how he got into the business thanks to his grandmother by selling tickets, and his dad, obviously, and how he started TNA and everything else, and how he started my bad, not GCW, but Global Force Wrestling. How he started that one too. And basically, because he couldn't mention those two companies, we know this is going to be a work. So apparently, he said that he's not done. The last Outraw's got one more ride in him. And he wants to be the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And I wanted to burn my television to the ground. Tony Khan, Jeff Jarrett, what in the hell are you doing? Nobody wants to see this garbage. And I'm a fan of Jarrett. But, bro, he is way, way, way past his prime. Come on, bruh. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, man? Good God. Come on, really? Jeff Jarrett needs to really be in creative. He needs to be in the back. His time has passed. He's in his late 50s. The guy's 57, 58. Come on, man. Like, what's going on? There's nothing left. There's nothing left. Oh, my God. And I hate to say it, but I do have a feeling that they are going to probably make him world champion. Before this year is up, I got a feeling, guys, that they are going to make him world champion. I do. I really, really do. I really do. I hope to the creator above that I'm wrong, but I got a bad feeling Tony Khan's going to pull that trigger and Jeff Jarrett is going to be world champion. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oof. Oh, boy. Oh, my head hurts just thinking about this. Oof. Oh, God. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, my God. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, my God. Woo. Shit. Moving on. So this leads us to, I believe, an awful promo by Hook. Apparently Hook is in New York somewhere. He wants to challenge Christian Cage. He's going to face him in 2 weeks at Maximum Carnage. Who cares? I don't give a shit about any of this. Can we please send Hook to NXT, please? I hope that he is on his way out of AEW this year. I don't care if it's in the spring of this year, the summer of this year, or even the fall of this year, as long as he's out of AEW. Hook needs to be in NXT. I am tired of AEW wasting Hook away. He has completely lost his aura and everything. Oh my God. Moving on, Will Hobbs defeats 2 jobbers. Okay, cool. But Will Hobbs is directionless. What do you do with him? Oh boy. Moving on. So, basically, the Learning Tree, which is W. Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Bill, and Brian Keith, they get into a little spat with rated R, rated FTR. And so, basically, Edge calls Keith a tumbleweed, and he says that W. Morrissey's face looks stupid. So the two of them look alike, that being Edge and W. Morrissey. All right, cool, I guess. Do I care about this? No. Moving on. So MJF, he is backstage from World's End. He's bloodied and everything else. He's laughing because he was able to defeat Adam Cole, and he mocked the Undisputed Kingdom. He says it's time to reclaim the title that he never lost. He calls Jon Moxley a dictator as he wants his title back. In 2025, the devil gets his due, part 2. Okay, this is fun. I do like this. Interesting stuff here. Interesting to see where this goes. Main event of the evening. I did not care about this at all. Rated FTR, they defeat the Death Riders. I don't give a shit about any of this. Fuck this. Jon Moxley and the Death Riders, they have got to lose. This storyline has to end. This storyline has to end at Revolution in 8 weeks from now. This worthless storyline that's going nowhere extremely fast, and it has been doing this for 6 months. It has to end at Revolution. AEW needs to decide by the summer who are they going to put the title on. Is it going to be MJF? Is it going to be Darby Allin? Is it going to be Swerve? Who is it going to be? You have to narrow down the guy or the guys, like at least 2 or 3 guys that you want to be champion, and go towards that end goal. Jon Moxley cannot be champion going into the summer and going into the fall of this year. Jon Moxley has to lose. He has to lose the title to Edge at Revolution. And I don't think that Shane McMahon is going to come in at all. There's no point. Why would Shane show up? There is no point. So, because Moxley said earlier that there are no bosses, so, why would he do something with Shane? No. Because Shane, if he were to come in, he would just be an authority figure. I don't know, man. I mean, they've got to do something, but I am sort of kind of excited for Edge and Moxley. But they have got to figure out who is going to be the one to beat Adam Copeland after he defeats Jon Moxley come Revolution. But this show was not good. The only good thing that I liked was obviously the Ricochet thing, him going ham and kicking the shit out of Swerve. That was cool. And that was it. Other than that, this show was garbage, man. Just garbage. The new year has already started, and AEW has completely just given us the same old shit. But it is what it is. Tony Khan continues to book for the sickos. All right. But what did you guys think of AEW? And once again, Happy New Year. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.